I've been lifting for about 2 years now, so I kind of wanted to put out a workout routine, a lifting routine, kind of show what I've been doing for the past couple of years, kind of say everything I've learned. And the reason I wanted to do it is, A, if you're a beginner lifter too, I've worked out for 2 years. If you've worked out for less than that, try to learn something. I don't know everything, but I know 2 years of experience. So there's definitely something for you to learn. I'll be talking dieting, I'll be talking powerlifting, I'll talk everything that I think that I know. So learn something from it. And then also, if you're an experienced lifter, if you're well over 2 years, let me know what I'm doing wrong. Teach me things that I could do better. Uh, so I'm going to get into the lift right now. I'm going to kind of walk you guys through everything I do, why I do it, different types of lifts that I enjoy, and just kind of motivation on why I continue to lift. Right now I'm just opening up my shoulders because I'm going to start on a bench press. So I always start with like a nice stretch, loosen up my shoulders, mainly because that's what I've seen other people do. So I never really understood the point of stretching until I looked it up, but I saw other people doing it, and I figured, hey, I might as well do that as well. So, I don't honestly entirely know what I'm doing. That's one thing I should look up, is figure out how to loosen up my shoulders. I just do what's best for me, stretch out a little bit, and then I get to my lifts. So like I said, we're starting on the bench, which is right here, and it's already set up. I've set up the safety bars already because obviously that's super important. Don't want to die or whatever. So safety bar set up, got the rack set up. I always start with the warm up of just the bar. You can warm up with whatever you want to warm up. This is my first warm up set, and it's just to kind of get that muscle memory in, help me to understand, hey, this is what your muscles are going to be doing whenever there's weight on the bar. Again, I'm not trying to tire myself out here. It's just a warm up set. So I go here, and now I'm going to grab 2 plates to put on each side, or 1 plate to put on each side, to warm up on my second set. So the split that I'm doing is it's a full body split. It's something I do because I don't have much time. So, I used to do push-pull legs, and that was definitely probably the most effective split I've ever done. But I didn't want to work out 6 times a week for an hour and a half. So I switched to a full body split. And so now what I'm doing is I'm working out 2 or 3 times a week, and I'm just doing full body. So I've completely kicked the legs out of my workout. I kind of get it through cardio or get it through playing tennis. So it's not ideal, but with the time that I have, it's kind of what I have to do. So I'm going to hit a second warm-up set here. Got a plate on each side. And again, I'm just trying to get my muscles into push mode. So I'm not trying to tire myself out. I'm not trying to do anything like that. So I stopped early there. I didn't want to go push till failure, just because again, it's a warm-up set. So now I'm done warming up. I'm gonna add 15 pounds to each side. And I'm gonna start my lifts. So one thing I do is I'm doing an entire upper body routine. And again, the reason I'm doing it is to maximize time efficiency. So in the offset of doing a pushing exercise, I'll be doing a pulling exercise. So whether that's biceps curls and triceps extensions, or bench press and pull-ups, I do it in opposite kind of times. So as I'm resting for my bench press, I'm also lifting with my pull muscles. And again, that gets you tired in your lungs. It kind of works your cardiovascular system, which isn't good for lifting purposes. So I always try to rest in between each set as much as I can until I feel like my nervous system is kind of back. And then I push my muscles to the max again. Because obviously if you're out of breath, if you're tired, it's not gonna work. So, all right, I'm gonna get to it. First set on the bench, and then offsetting it, I'm gonna offset it with pull-ups. Here we go. Whew. Got 10 out of them. So I'm gonna rest a little bit and then get to pull-ups. You see and hear a lot of people always grunting or groaning or screaming in the gym. A lot of people don't like it. A lot of people think it's showboating or whatever. I do it a little bit. It helps me breathe in the first place, kind of manage my breathing if I'm grunting. Helps my mindset, and it also is just something that just comes out. So it's not like I'm trying to do it. It's just whenever the weight is heavy, I need to get it up, it just comes out. So it's never a problem for me. I always think it's what you should be doing, but to each his own. All right, I'm gonna hit some pull-ups now. What I do with pull-ups is I try to shoot for 6 on the first time. If I can get 6, then I'm pretty good. Whenever I start to get below 6, I'll switch to a chin-up grip. And whenever I'm below 6 on chin-ups, I'll use some bench support and kind of use my legs to make the weight a little bit easier. So, all right, let's get to some pull-ups. Pretty good. I always try to do full extension. Oops. Lost you guys here. There we go. I always shoot for full extension on pull-ups. Engage really all your back muscles, not just your lats. And full range of motion. So, I could do a bunch of pull-ups if I'm just going small reps, but I'm always going for full reps, even if I can only hit 3 of them. I may whip out a lot of small ones at the very end. So like if I'm hanging, I'll try to get up as far as I can until I can't do any more. So yeah. Let's get back on this bar. There we go. 1. Only got 7 that time, which is pretty bad. I'm a little bit tired from working out before. I didn't get enough rest in. Usually I try to get 72 hours of rest before my next lift, because muscle recovery is just as important as the lift itself. So obviously I didn't do it this time, and I'm already feeling the pains of lifting within under 48 hours. So again, just about 30 seconds of rest or something, get on that pull-up bar, then I'll rest again until I can get back and push a little bit of weight. All right. Here we go. Let's do some pull-ups. Nice. So there's an example. I failed at 5. I'm always shooting for at least 6. So I failed at 5. So I switched my grip to a chin-up grip. That enabled me to get 2 more out. And I was well over 6 after that. So now I'll again push some weight with the bench press, do a bar. I'll probably do this maybe this time and then one more time. A lot of people count sets and count reps. For me, I sometimes do it, but just for the purpose of simplicity. On this workout, I just do anywhere between 3 to 6 sets and 6 reps to 12 reps. So that's the purpose of this. So I'm still a little bit tired. I'll take maybe 15 more minutes or 15 more seconds, and then I'll push a little more. Here we go. It was good. I had to really cheat that last couple reps. So just for the sake of my last set, I'm gonna take the 5 pounds off so I can continue to get above that 6 on the reps for bench. So again, this routine isn't ideal. I want to be able to push and then rest for a little while and then push again. So I want to do a push-pull legs. But for time's sake and how much availability I have, this is the split I kind of have to do. You know, it's the difference between 3 hours in the gym and 12 hours in the gym. So I'd much rather spend 3 hours than 12 hours. And even though I'm not going to get the same amount of a workout, I'll still get 75, to 85% of the efficient workout. So let's get these pull-ups done. Again, I don't expect to hit 6, so I'm gonna put my legs then on the bench and do some like assisted pull-ups to kind of lower the weight once I start to fail. Here we go. Good. Switch your chin up. There we go. So I did first couple reps pull-ups, next couple reps chin-ups, and then the final rep, I used my legs propped up on the bench and kind of pushed up with my toes to give a little bit of support because I wouldn't have been able to get 6 otherwise. All right, last time through, hit the bench, hit a pull-up, then we'll move on to our next exercise. Usually I'll do some sort of dip exercise with like mixed with a row, but today I'm just feeling shoulder press, so I'll do a shoulder press exercise and offset it with a row. So while I'm doing that over there, I'll start talking a little bit about diet, what I found worked to put on the most muscle, and what I found kind of failed. So I've switched up a lot of what I've been eating and supplements I've been taking, so I'll talk a little bit about that. Let me just get this push in real quick. One thing about the bench press is always arch your back. That way you don't get hurt. Try to keep your butt on the bench. Oftentimes I fail that whenever I'm pushing through. But try to keep your butt on the bench, upper back on the bench, and keep a nice arch. Here we go. That's good. So I feel like I've put it all into benching. I'm not really gonna get much more in if I continue to do it, so I'm done with the bench. All right, let's get these pull-ups in, and then we'll head over to our next exercise. Oops. Whew. Okay. All right. A lot of people talk down on Planet Fitness, but when I'm at home, Planet Fitness is where I go. They've done nothing wrong to me. They've provided a cheap fitness area where I can lift, so you'll never see me complain about them. All right. Last set again, start with pull-ups. I'll probably only get 2. Switch to chin-ups. And then you do some leg support to get me to 6. Here we go. 1, 2, chin up. 3, 4. Leg support. Pretty much had nothing to give there at the end. I feel real lifted out. All right. Let's get over here. Let's get set up. All right, we're good to go, I think. Okay. So again, the only reason I offset rows with shoulder press is because the machines are next to each other. I never liked machine rows, but they're right next to each other. I'm not going to take up multiple pieces of equipment, walk all the way across the room whenever there's a row machine right next to me. So, all right. Again, 6 to 12 rep range. Kind of aiming for the top end of that rep range. So I'll adjust the weight as necessary. Whew. Good lift so far though. Now that benching and pull-ups are over though, I'll start to pick up the pace, rest a little bit less. Because we'll get into more, single movements, not as many compound movements. So here we go. If you're not making faces while you lift, you're not trying hard enough. That's all I'm saying. All right. So again, immediately get into a row. Did a push exercise, immediately back into a pull exercise. Keep it going. Here we go. So, that was a little bit too heavy. So I lowered the weight for next time. Again, it's not too serious. It's not like, oh man, I just messed up an entire set. It's more so, messed it up, adjust and just get back on track for next set. Whew. I'm feeling good. So, like I said before, I wanted to talk a little bit about dieting and what's worked best for me. First part I want to talk about is supplementing, because that's what a ton of people do. Creatine is really the only supplement I would suggest to take. I haven't taken it for a while, but I saw the most muscle growth as I've taken it. From the studies I've seen, there's nothing wrong with it. It's good for your brain too. Obviously, if you're taking abnormal amounts of it, it's not good for you, but if you're taking 5 grams a day, it's only going to help you. So I highly suggest creatine. Let's get this next set. Come on. A lot less than I thought I'd get. All right. We'll hit rows again. So, another thing a lot of people take is protein powder. Nothing wrong with it. Definitely helps you to hit your protein goals. I never take it just because it's too much money for me. Creatine's cheaper, and I think creatine's just as or more effective. So that's what I do. Get another set of rows. Continue to talk about protein. Gah. 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 Ah. Ah. Alright. Not bad. So, protein wise, whenever I saw the most gains, I was taking 200 grams of protein a day. That's putting on muscle really easy. So if there's two things I suggest, take creatine, eat your protein. I stopped eating protein just because I thought it's not as healthy as it should be. The goal of the gym is to be healthy. And a lot of people don't think there's a problem with taking that much. To me, I personally think there is, especially in whatever forms you're getting it in. So I started eating a lot more veggies instead. Still obviously get my protein in, but it's more like 100 grams, which a lot of lifters say is not enough. So I try to eat whole foods. So I like to eat. So occasionally I'll have ice cream, occasionally I'll have some chips. But if I could eat perfectly, I'd only eat whole foods. Because that's all you need. There's no reason to eat a bunch of processed stuff. Get your proteins in, get your carbs in. You can do that just with regular whole foods. All right, next set, let's go. Gah. Ah. Gah. Gah. Ah. Man, failing early. Probably do one more each on these and then move on. So whenever, if I have infinite time, so over the summers, like I said before, I do a push-pull legs and get in 6 times a week. So if we're talking ideal splits, for me it's a push-pull leg. You hit everything, you recover fast, and you can just keep it on a cycle. Whenever I'm in school, I can't do that, so I try to maintain what I have, or even try to grow a little bit. So I'm starting to feel my shoulder hurt a little bit, which is why I choose one more set for this. All right, let's get these rows. Duh. Duh. Gah. Ah. Gah. Duh. Duh. Hey. So, from what I've seen is you're meant to hit 12 to 20 sets, ideally, each week for a muscle group. So that's why normally I try to get 6 sets of benching in, because I want to be in that 12 range of sets per week. But again, time is time, so you don't always have that much time. Let's get the shoulder press. We'll do it one last time. Normally, also as I'm lifting, I'll be listening to music. That helps pump me up a little bit. So just whatever you do to find your groove, get in the zone, tell your body, hey, it's time to lift. It's music for me. For other people, it's just a focused, stable mind. So listen to whatever you want. It doesn't even have to be pump-up music. If you listen to, like country music or kids' songs, whatever you want to listen to, as long as it gets you in the gym mode, that's all that matters. All right, here we go. Last one. Gah. Duh. Gah. Ah. 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 Dang. A little disappointed on shoulder press today, but did what I could. I pushed to the max. It's the one thing I do often. Push till failure. Some people push 1 till failure or 2 to failure. I just push to failure. It's easiest that way. I don't go to complete failure where I'm just trying to rep out small reps. Just push to failure, allow my muscles to kind of get beat down, and then allow my body to recover. So we'll hit these rows one last time, and then we'll move to tricep pull down and maybe bicep curls. So, all right, let's get this in. Lost a little bit of control there. We're good though. Okay, come on. All right. Cable machine is by far the best machine. Oftentimes you'll see me do, if I want to hit biceps and triceps twice, I kind of do that every other week. Today I'm only going to hit them once. But if I hit them twice, I'll do a tricep extension down, and I'll do an overhead tricep extension, kind of to put your arm in more of a stretch and your tricep in more of a stretch. Overhead is what I found to be more effective. But this gets a good squeeze. Never anything wrong with this. There we go. I'm on 50 pounds. Again, I'm too tall for this cable machine, so I'll always go on my knees. Make sure I can get that full stretch on the triceps, all the way down to here. All right, let's set my weight. Let's get it done. Did not get how many I wanted to get in there. Go over here, grab an easy bar. Yeah. There we go. Easy bar curls. You'll see I'll start with a normal wide bicep grip. And once I fully exhaust the muscles there, I'll switch my grip to knock out a few more reps. So here we go. Up. So I'm tired, I'm gonna switch. Use a little bit more of my forearms. Did not feel like I pushed that hard enough. So, I said before, do tricep overhead extensions and then normal tricep cable extensions. With biceps, I always do that first. Occasionally, you'll see me do a seated curl. I feel like that puts the most stretch on your bicep. I'll rarely do preacher curls. I'll often do hammer curls, but just switching it up as I go. I don't always do the same bicep and tricep routine. It's different. So let me hit these again and again. We're on biceps and triceps, so try to minimize the rest. Use maximum efficiency. So you'll see as I'm doing this, I always start going full extension and kind of kicking back my elbow. But then I get tired and I can no longer even reach there. So instead I'll bring my hands closer in to rep out a few more and just push them down there. So I always like to reach a point of exhaustion and then make the exercise easier afterwards. So I like doing things like drop sets. I like doing multiple lifts in one set. It's just things I like to do. I feel like it makes it way more time efficient. All right, let's get these biceps in. There you go. You see again, I switched my grip. I started with a normal bicep grip. Figured out, hey, I can't get this up. What I do, I didn't just stop it there. I wanted to exhaust a little bit more. Switched to an overhand grip, used my forearm muscles a little bit more. Lifted, got tired there, just did a little bit of half reps. And so I finally couldn't lift the bar at all. So, again, to each his own. This is just what I do. I'm always open to change what I do. If I ever see somebody do something, I'm like, man, that looks crazy. I'll start doing it. I'll look it up. I'll research it. I'm never set in stone thinking whatever I'm doing is the best, because I know it's not. All right, here we go. So see, I'm exhausted here, so I'll go short grip to get a few more. Whew. That's good. I'm also somebody who, anytime I'm working out, I'll do other things. I don't need to come to the gym and just work out. Sometimes I'll bring a book in. Sometimes I'll bring my computer in. Whatever I gotta do to still get myself to the gym, I'm gonna do it. And once it becomes a habit, it's not, I never think, oh man, I have so much to do. I guess I'll just not go to the gym. No, it's become part of my life. I work other things that I wanna do into my gym life. If it comes down to a Saturday and I've only worked out once this week and somebody asks me to do something, I'm not gonna be able to do it because I'm busy. You just have to get to the gym. And once you get the mindset that gym is not a second-hand thing, that's when you fully understand the importance of it. That's when you start making gains. Again, switch up, forearm grip. That's good, man. That's good. So again, for the sake of time, I'm only gonna do these 2 exercises, but I'm gonna try to do them for 6 or so sets. Oftentimes I'll work in another exercise, because to me, arms are very hard for me to build. So I always want to put the most emphasis on arms. All right. Starting to feel the pump a little bit. Feels good. Here we go. Again, short grip now. All the way till failure. telling you, nothing feels better than doing arms. Nothing. A lot of people talk about gym wear. I wear whatever I want to wear. I'm wearing Hey Dudes right now. I'm not wearing athletic shoes at all. Oftentimes I'll be in PJs. You know, whatever you want to wear is fine. Anybody that judges you in the gym based on what you're wearing has no reason to judge. So there we go. I did not get nearly enough reps in, so what did I do? I started doing cheat reps, right? I started using my momentum, working on the eccentric going down and resisting the muscle as gravity does the work. So there's so much you can do to make sure you're getting a full pump every time. All right, back on triceps. Oops, here we go. All right, I think maybe we'll do one more after that. I kind of failed very early on. Really only did cheat reps. I'm gonna lower the weight actually for next time too. Is what it is. One more time, biceps. Here's the grip I'm using. Normal, wide grip. Let's nail them out. Yeah, my arms are shot. But that's what you want to see. You want to see failure. Lost track of me here. There we go. I'm using an active track camera to help make filming easy, but sometimes it loses track, so that's okay. Again, I'm no longer benching and doing pull-ups. I'm really only working my bicep and my tricep, so I can use a lot less rest time, kind of gain my breath back a little bit, and then I'm jumping right back into it. Here we go. This is the last time. I'm gonna try to get as much as I can. Push all the way to the max. Here we go. All right, I'm tired, so close grip. Whew. Yeah, my arms are shot. There's not much more I can do. That was really good. Get my last set of biceps in, and then I'll move into face pulls and shoulder raises to finish the workout out. Face pulls. Again, I watch YouTube videos. That's how I figure out what to do. Athlete X always suggests face pulls, so it's what I do. Let me get this last set of biceps in. Man, I'm tired early. Switch it. I got nothing left. Come on. So I'll do some cheat reps. And I'm done. There's that. All right. Last thing, I want to ensure I hit my shoulders. So I'm gonna do some shoulder raises, do some face pulls. So, shoulder raises. Right now, I only use the 12.5. So, you know, nothing serious, but something enough to do. And I always start with shoulder raises before I do face pulls. I like to do them seated. You can do them however you want to do them. Start seated, legs out in front of me, a slight lean, and I go out to the side basically as far as I can. Shoulders are probably one of my weakest points. I don't hit them enough, and they don't grow enough for me. So here we go. Then I always burn out at the end. Just enough. I immediately, after I got a burnout in, I go straight to face pulls. Because again, I want to hit my shoulders as much as possible. So here we go. Turn my hat backwards for this. Face pulls straight to the top of your nose or your forehead. Boom. Straight back. Hit shoulders and really every muscle in your back. It's a good corrective exercise. I'm losing it. There we go. Again, the last few reps I always try to burn out. So they're not full reps in the end. My shoulders are burning, they can't lift much more. That doesn't stop me though. Do mini reps until I burn out. Your shoulders can take a lot of load. A lot of people lift shoulders kind of just on the final day. So they'll do an arm split, a chest, a back, and then they'll just have a shoulder day. So your shoulders definitely need more load than what I give them here. Just personal preference. By the way, I'm wearing the hat just because I figured I wanted to look like Sam Sulek a little bit. Got his muscle, I just needed the hat, so. All right, let's do some shoulders. Sometimes I burn out in the beginning. Really just lift them, get my shoulders burning, and then try to do full reps. 2, 4, and I'm already burnt out. Again, if you're not making faces while you're lifting, you're not working hard enough. Not at all. So make faces. Face pulls one more time. Here we go. Again, this is a different grip than the tricep grip. Put your thumbs kind of towards the bottom and just pull to your face. A lot of people do them kind of like a row. I never do them like that. I always want to work on my posture. So I try to get my hands all the way back with my shoulders. I'm already burnt. Keep going though. Again, I know this is my last exercise, so I'm gonna push it to the max. There's no reason to hold back. I got nothing more after this. There's no reason to hold back. Ooh. Probably only hit this a couple more times, then check the pump. Whew, I'm beat. So if I wasn't in tennis season, or if wasn't running or doing whatever, I just hit squats, leg extensions, and leg curls. Just depends how long you want your day to be. So let's say it was the summer and I still only wanted to work 2 times or 3 times a week. I'd do everything I did right now, and I'd vary the exercises a little bit, but make sure to hit push, hit triceps, hit biceps, get your pulls, and then I'd move into legs. And I'd probably do legs on their own just because of how much recovery time it takes. So I'd probably do a thing of squats, and then either do Bulgarian split squats after that, or do leg curls and leg extensions. And then if I wanted to hit abs, I'd hit abs, but I don't do legs right now. A lot of people don't like doing legs. I don't like doing legs. So what better way to have a fun leg day than to just make it a rest day? Ooh. I'm already burnt. Come on. Jeez. Whew. So whenever I get burnt out like this, sometimes I just think, is it worth it to do another set? Like, am I really gaining that much more? Or do I need to rest more? Like, what do I need to do to make sure I can actually, get a couple more reps in? So it's all about mentality. Intensity is one of the biggest factors in growing in the gym. If you're not intense enough, if you're just kind of going through the motions, you're not going to make much progress. So step 1, obviously, get in the gym for me. As long as I'm in the gym, I'm happy. But step 2 is try to keep that intensified mindset as I lift. All right. Swip this out. I'll probably do this 2 more times. Oh yeah, I feel it. 2. Go. Yeah, I'm not going nearly far back as I should. So, again, this workout is insane. I work out 3 times this week because I take 2 days off. So I work out, I'll take the next day off, and then I'll take the next day off, and then I'll work out, take the next day off, take the next day off, work out. And that always leads to, in a 3-week cycle, basically, it'll be 3 days, then 2 days, then 2 days, then 3 days, then 2 days, then 2 days. So, in a month period, what am I working out? Like 9 times, 8 times? So, again, gym's not my number 1 priority, but I made it a priority to at least do 2 times a week. If I can do 6, might as well do 6, but whenever I'm busy, this is the workout routine I do. All right, let's hit shoulders again. Come on. 2. Again, I'm terrible at shoulder raises. I never know how to do them, but everybody says they're important. Sometimes I'll do them on the cable. It's often how I like to do them the most. Because when you do them on the cable, you can really stretch that arm. If the cable's over here, your arm gets real stretched, and you can do it here, and you're working against it the entire time, even at the bottom. When you're just doing regular dumbbells, there's not much to lift when you're going from here to here. But with the cable, it's really pulling back, so even the bottom of the exercise is harder. So you always want to have that variety when you're lifting. All right, this will be the last rep. Do face pulls and 1 more shoulder raises. Again, hopefully you learned something. If you're experienced, hopefully you can let me know what to do differently. So one thing I love about the gym community is everybody takes criticism well. So If I'm ever in the gym and I'm doing something wrong and somebody comes up to me and says, hey, you should do it this way, and they're bigger than me, there's a reason they did that. It's like when a Christian comes up to you and says, hey man, do you believe in God? Like, they're doing it for your benefit. It's the same thing in the gym. If a big guy comes up to you and tells you you're doing something wrong, you better listen to him. Research it, look it up, but he knows what he's talking about. Or she. You never know. Here we go. 1, 2, good. Go. Eight, 9, there we go. I knew that was my last rep. I took it to what I could do. All the way back. All the way back. Until I couldn't do anymore. A lot of people don't like it when people flex in the mirror. I will always flex in the mirror. After every workout, I go to the locker room, I take my shirt off. I want to see what my pump looks like. I want to keep myself encouraged. I want to keep myself coming back every single day. So if I ever see somebody flexing in the mirror, looking at themselves, I'm never like, that dude is so egotistical. I'm always just thinking, man, that dude is hyping himself up. And that's what you need to do. You'll hear me say it often. I'll say, come on, let's go, before a lift. It's what I need to do to hype myself up. If I'm not hyped up enough, I'm not going to get a good lift in. So what a lot of people do is they flex in between sets. They'll look in the mirror and they'll flex. So if that's what you do, I don't care. I don't think you should be judging somebody for flexing in the mirror. It's not, most people aren't doing it to kind of rub you down and do it in your face. They're looking at themselves. They're not trying to flex in front of you. So everybody, when they're in the gym, they're in their own head, right? Nobody's in the gym to really have fun or have a conversation with each other. You're there, you go with your gym partner, you lift with them, you can talk with them, but everybody's there to make themselves better. So almost everybody doesn't try to put you down, and if they do, they're wrong. So last set here. Push it to the max. Here we go. I had nothing left, man. So, reback these weights. And that's it. Again, thank you guys for watching. I might post one of these at the end of the year just to track my progress, see how much weight I was pushing. Right now I'm in a cut. So this is something I also do as I'm cutting. This is one of my favorite routines. It hits everything. Make sure you kind of maintain muscle as you're cutting. But I'm trying to cut down, get ready for the tennis season, get a little bit faster. Hopefully you learned a thing or two. Again, my advice isn't perfect, but it's advice from things I've learned throughout working out for 2 years. There's people out here that have worked out for 20 years. Listen to them first before you listen to me, but if you watch this video, hopefully you learned something. So that's all I have for you today. Maybe at the end of a workout, if I'm not feeling like I hit enough, I'd maybe do some biceps and just some random curls again to hit arms a little bit more, do some dips, do whatever I want to do to make sure I hit my workout the way I want to hit it. But yeah, that's it. Again, I'm going to go to the bathroom, check my pump out, hype myself up a little bit, kind of encourage me and kind of feed me mentally to come back here and do just a good job 2 days from now. So that's it. This is David's Unfiltered Journey. Again, hopefully you learned something. Hopefully you'll critique me a little bit. But either way, thanks for watching. And I'll see you guys next week.